Most people over 60 think they are using cloves correctly. They are not. You heard that right? Some research has linked regular use of cloves to calmer inflammation, better blood sugar control, support for digestion and circulation after 60. This is not marketing. This is decades of observation. But here is what surprised the researchers. How you use cloves matters just as much as whether you use them at all. And the mistakes that older adults specifically make quietly erase almost all of that benefit. Today, I want to walk you through 5 common mistakes, broken down by the age where each mistake matters most. Because your body at 62 is not the same body at 75. And the mistake that matters most right now is not the mistake you will need to watch for 10 years from now. Find yourself on this timeline. Let me start with mistake number 1. This is the mistake that matters most between 60 and 65. Buying expensive wellness products with cloves. Walk into any health food store right now, or scroll through your social media feed for 10 minutes, and you will see them everywhere. Clove wellness shots, clove detox teas, clove infused supplement blends. The marketing is convincing. Beautiful packaging, words like ancient remedy, superfood blend, immune support formula for older adults. Testimonials from people who swear their joint pain disappeared and their energy doubled. Here is what I want you to do the next time you see one of those products. Flip it over. Read the ingredient list. Find exactly where clove appears on that list. In most of these products, clove sits somewhere in the middle or near the bottom of a long proprietary blend. That means the actual amount of clove in the product could be genuinely negligible. Trace amounts that deliver no meaningful benefit to an aging body. And the product is priced at $35, $45. Marketed specifically to older adults who are sincerely trying to do the right thing for their health. That genuinely bothers me. You honestly think you are helping your body. And in reality, you are paying for a marketing story. Real therapeutic use of cloves does not require expensive products. It requires 1 jar of quality whole cloves, which you can find at any grocery store for a couple of dollars. Used correctly, consistently, in the right amounts. If you want a clove drink that actually works, here is the simple recipe. Take 1 whole clove, lightly crush it with the back of a spoon, steep it in a cup of hot water for 5 to 7 minutes. Add a small amount of honey if you like. That is your clove drink. It costs pennies. And it delivers the real compound, not a marketing story. In your early 60s, you are just beginning your health journey. This is the most tempting age to fall into the marketing. Do not buy the story. Buy the clove. Before we continue, I want to ask for a quick favor. 99% of viewers watching right now still aren't subscribed. If you're enjoying this video or learning something useful, please subscribe and leave a like. It's a simple action, but it helps this channel continue creating more content like this. Thank you. Now, let's continue. Now, mistake number 2, and this one is much quieter, which is exactly why it is dangerous. This is the mistake that matters most between 65 and 70. Old clove powder. Spices lose their potency. Not in the dramatic way milk goes bad. You will not smell it spoiling. You will not see mold growing. They just quietly lose everything that made them valuable. Think about the jar sitting next to your stove right now. How old is it? 1 year? Year and a half? 2? Researchers were surprised to find that ground spices can lose up to 40% of their volatile oils within the first 6 months on the shelf. The essential oils, the ones responsible for every benefit you are trying to get, evaporate slowly, quietly. Every time you open the lid, you might be spooning that powder into your tea every morning, honestly thinking you are helping your body. And in reality, drinking an almost empty spice, that is not a small thing when your aging body is counting on it for health. Here is what I recommend. Buy whole cloves whenever you can. Whole cloves retain their oils dramatically longer. When you need powder, grind small amounts yourself. A simple coffee grinder works fine. If you buy pre-ground powder, write the purchase date on the jar. Replace it every 3 to 4 months. Store it in a cool, dark place, away from the stove, away from sunlight. A quick freshness test. Open the jar and smell it. Fresh clove powder should hit your nose immediately. Sharp, warm, almost burning. If you have to dig your nose into the jar to smell anything, it is time for a new one. And here is what is important to understand. The next mistake is significantly more serious than most people realize. Mistake number 3. This is the mistake that matters most between 70 and 75. Taking cloves alongside blood-thinning medication. I want to handle this carefully. I do not want to create unnecessary fear. Cloves have a mild natural blood-thinning effect. Eugenol reduces the tendency of blood platelets to clump together. In a healthy adult who takes no medication, that is a beneficial effect. But in your early 70s, many people are taking prescribed blood thinners. Warfarin, clopidogrel, daily high-dose aspirin. Adding daily cloves on top of that creates a compounding effect. 2 things thinning your blood at the same time, without your doctor knowing about the second one. That can mean bruising more easily, bleeding longer from small cuts. After 70, this situation becomes a different problem entirely. Blood vessel walls are no longer as strong as they were at 50. Clotting works more slowly. And what was an insignificant effect at 60, at 72 requires real attention. What do? One conversation with your doctor. Bring it up at your next appointment. A good physician will either confirm that small amounts are safe for your specific situation, or advise you to wait. In your early 70s, that conversation matters more than at any other point in your life. Mistake number 4. This is the mistake that matters most after 75. Taking cloves at the wrong time before bed. In the years past 75, the body changes in ways that are easy to underestimate. Sleep becomes lighter. Digestion slows. The stomach lining becomes more sensitive. Cloves have a reputation for being calming, but here is what happens to so many people past 75. They hear that cloves help with sleep. They brew strong clove tea, 3 or 4 cloves steeped for 15 minutes, and drink it right before turning off the lights. Then they lie there warm, slightly bloated, wondering why they feel more alert instead of sleepy. And this is devastating for an older body, because poor sleep at 75 is not the same as poor sleep at 40. Recovery happens at night. And when sleep is fragmented, every system suffers. Cloves in larger amounts have a mildly stimulating effect on circulation and digestion. That warming quality that makes cloves so useful during the day works against relaxation when taken too close to sleep. And strong clove tea within 30 minutes of lying down can trigger mild reflux. The correct approach is gentler. If you want cloves to support your sleep, take them earlier. 1 whole clove in warm water or chamomile tea, at least 90 minutes before bed. That small timing shift can turn cloves from a sleep disruptor into a sleep ally. And now, the 5th mistake. This one cuts across every age group past 60, expecting cloves to do something they were never going to do. I have seen people abandon this practice after 2 weeks because they did not feel a dramatic difference. They expected energy like a stimulant, pain relief like ibuprofen, blood sugar changes like medication. Cloves do none of those things. What cloves actually do is much quieter. They add antioxidants to your daily diet. They gently support inflammation regulation. They help digestion in small but real ways. The change is cumulative, slow, quiet. If you measure success in dramatic before and after moments, you will quit. If you measure success by how you feel 6 months from now compared to today, you may notice something meaningful. Small daily inputs, repeated consistently. without expectation of dramatic transformation. That is how the body responds to food at any age past 60, and cloves are food. That is all they have ever been. Cloves are not a treatment. They are not a replacement for the medical care you need. But used correctly, at the right amount, at the right pace for your actual age, they are one small honest input that humans have used for thousands of years. That is worth something, especially when used with knowledge instead of enthusiasm. You are not the same person at 62 that you will be at 75. Your body is not the same. Your medications are not the same. The way you use anything, including cloves, should change as you change. That is not weakness. That is wisdom. Before you go, one quiet question. How old are you right now? Because sometimes the most useful thing we can do for each other after 60 is to share what we learned too late, so that someone younger does not have to repeat our path.